Well, we've grabbed the chance to, after the start of the Global Ocean Race here in Palma, to have a quick chat with Caffari, who's our race ambassador for the race, and we're very pleased to have her here. She's had hopefully a wonderful day on the water to see the start of the event, and is certainly going to be following it closely all of the way around the world. Now, Dee, you were in the Barcelona World Race last winter, and with your 3 circumnavigations, that's the one circumnavigation that started and finished in the Mediterranean. So how was your experience in exiting the Mediterranean through Gibraltar?
Well, in all honesty, I can definitely say that these first few miles to get to Gibraltar are going to be some of the toughest. And I always said that if you can crack the Mediterranean, the Southern Ocean's going to feel easy in comparison. There's just so much going on. The weather never quite does what it says it's going to do, and it's an all or nothing affair. And I can guarantee they're going to leave from here. We've had some fantastic breeze for this start. It was lovely seeing them off. Yeah. Beautiful sunshine that we're enjoying today. But I've just got this feeling they're going to have a little bit of a floating session as they clear the island before they pick up that new easterly breeze that's forecast. You get your ticket of freedom back out in the Atlantic. Yeah. You hang your left and you get that sleigh ride down to the Doldrums, which is fantastic, and it is quite full on. It's pretty much no action, but it's full on action. So you're not jibing or tacking or doing lots of manoeuvres, but you've got big, heavy downwind conditions that the boat just rides, and there'll be a lot of game playing as they all try and make their way further west to get that magic crossing. And we all have our magic number nobody wants to reveal, but we're all looking between 27 degrees and 30 degrees to the west.
Right. And each time you've crossed the Doldrums on the way south, have you had typical Doldrum conditions of being becalmed, or has it just been rather messy weather?
I've been really lucky going south, but I've normally always had a real problem heading back up through the Doldrums. But going south I've been pretty lucky, but you do get those thundery conditions where you're sat with a spinnaker and you think you're okay, and then suddenly it's, do I take it down, or is the wind going to die, or is it going to give me 40 knots in comparison? So those squalls are quite severe, and the guys are going to need to watch it. They don't really want to blow any sails or make any mistakes. Yeah. And it's that critical decision where you think, right, I must be here, because that band of the Doldrums moves north and south, and you just want to make sure that once you think you're in it, you just head south as fast as you can to make sure you can clear that area. And that's the tough bit. Everybody's going to want to be that first boat to pop out the Doldrums, and that's probably a really big opportunity to make gains on another boat. One boat could get stuck in there and you could slip through ahead of them. And as you say, you suddenly meet these upwind conditions that you haven't seen for a while, and that feel really strange. And then yes, you're skirting down the edge of the Brazilian coast, which is quite hard mentally for the guys, because now they're in this southern hemisphere. Their aim is to go to Cape Town, but they're travelling down the other side of the Atlantic, and it's just not pushing their luck and not trying to cut that corner too early.
You feel as though you're going the wrong way.
And that's really hard. Now, I've got experience of going the wrong way around the world, and it's very depressing to be sailing in the wrong direction for most of the time, but this is where it's going to pay off for them. If they can just look at going south to get round that Centolina high that dominates the southern Atlantic, and not actually turn that corner until they're in a good westerly flow that will get them there quickly.
That's very good.